Welcome to the podcast playbook, where we amplify your voice, amplify your business, and amplify your impact. We are AmplifYou. Let's go.
Hey, amplifiers, welcome back to the podcast playbook, where we give you the real tools to build a podcast that drives results. So, today I want to talk to you about something that we hear a lot about from our clients. So, for those of you who don't know, the vast majority of the clients that we work with are entrepreneurs, leaders, coaches, people who are using their podcast in order to convert listeners into clients. So, one of the big questions that we get asked is, why does it feel like their content isn't quite converting? And so today I want to talk about a powerful fix to that. So the podcast isn't just about your content, it's also about how you lead your listeners into providing high value leads for them. So one of the things that we have talked about in past episode, I believe episode number 11, we talked about lead magnets. So today I want to talk about your strongest lead magnet that you have, and that is a discovery call. All right. So here's the thing. Podcasts aren't just long form content. They're trust building machines. So, according to Edison Research, 67% of Americans listen to podcasts, and over half of them trust the host when it comes to promotions or recommendations. So, if you're just casually tossing a CTA at the end, like check out my website, follow me on socials, share this episode, you're leaving those conversions on the table. Those aren't the ones that are sure they'll get them to check out your podcast website and then hopefully check out the other things that you have on your website, but it's not enough to give them an actual step to work on. So instead, give them just one clear step, and that is a personalized, low pressure, high value discovery call. Think of it as a bridge from inspiration to conversation. So here's why a discovery call actually works. For one, it's personal. You're inviting them in for a one-to-one chat. During this, you're not going to be pitching, you're not going to be selling. You're just there to help them solve a problem. It's low risk. It's free besides your time for that bit. But it's short and it feels like a gift, not a grab. And it's measurable. So you can set up a custom link in order for them to book this discovery call with you. And that way you can track how many calls are actually coming from your podcast to this. And when you make it super clear, like book your free 20-minute strategy call to uncover your next 3 growth moves, you give them a reason to act now. So I just kind of want to go over the framework to your CTA to help do this. And I'm going to be using my examples are going to be for as if I was pitching for people who are coming to work with us at AmplifYou. So just to kind of give you an idea how this would work. So here's a simple 3-part structure to make your CTA flow naturally. 1, start with a hook. This is going to be your listener's pain point or that burning question they need answered. So, for example, struggling to grow your audience even with great content. So that's my hook. 2, I'm going to offer value. So this is dropping a tip or an insight that builds your credibility. So for mine, it would be, most podcasters don't realize it's their CTA that's broken, not their content. Then 3, bridge to your CTA. So if you want help creating a CTA that actually converts, I'll help you map it out in a free discovery call. Links in the show notes. So that last part is key. You're not selling, you're offering to go deeper with them. And because they already trust your voice, you're eliminating that barrier to entry. You're giving them that opportunity to actually come work with you without any full commitment on their behalf. So this is just a lead in for you. You're going to give them just that little tidbit. You're not giving them your full services. You're just offering to help one small part of something bigger for them. So the next question is, where do we place the CTA? So typically, most CTAs are placed at the end of the episode. However, if you're doing a 20 to 40 minutes or even longer episode, feel free to put a CTA in the middle. So this is when your listener is fully engaged. So having a quick break to give them, hey, we've talked about this, and now we're offering this, right? So in the end, you are giving them two CTAs, one in the middle and one at the end for those who stick around. And it's the last thing they hear. And when it's the last thing they hear, it's something that is more memorable and more conducive to action. So yes, you can A/B test your CTAs too. Try different phrases, tweak your urgency, or highlight different benefits that they can get. So for example, spots fill fast, book your free call today. Or I've helped dozens of coaches go from 10 downloads to 10K. Want in? So test it, track it, and then of course tweak it to make sure that it works for you. So what happens after they book? Okay, so someone's now booked your call. What do you do now? Don't leave them hanging. Build a short nurture sequence to reinforce trust. So make sure that they're getting an immediate confirmation email with calendar details. A couple of warm up emails, tips, testimonials, helpful links, just to kind of encourage them to really focus on what they're going to talk about with you. Send out a reminder with reschedule options just in case. Everybody knows life happens. And then the discovery call itself is just 20 to 30 minutes of your time. Keep it casual, keep it helpful and insightful. And then you have your post call. So then you can follow up with a tailored proposal for them. Hey, like, I hope you found this helpful. We can go deeper into this. And what are the next steps? So this process should be simple, repeatable, and of course, convertible. All right. So let's talk about the next steps. What is your action plan that you're going to do in order to bring this discovery call CTA into place? So one, first thing I want you to do is go back and take a look at your last 5 episodes. Did you have a CTA actually involved in your episodes? Now, if you're AmplifYou clients, you definitely have it in your outro, but are you using it within your mid-roll as well? Okay. Two, I want you to sit down and write 2 discovery call scripts in your own voice. You are the one who's recording these. You are the one inviting them in. The reason why I say 2 is so that you can do some A/B testing to see which one actually is going to convert more. All right. 3, when you're recording these, mix the ad with music. So if it's in your outro already, perfect. It's already mixed with music, more than likely. Or it could be at the very end of your interview and just adding it in with that before your actual ongoing outro. If you're going to do a mid-roll ad, mix it with music so that stands apart from the actual interview. So people can hear that break, that they know that this is something to pay attention to. Okay. Create your tracking links. So however you're going to do it, if you are inviting them to a call, create a separate link for that call so that you know who's coming through your podcast. All right. And then add your CTA everywhere. Make sure it's in your show notes. Make sure it's in your transcripts. And if you're doing YouTube or videos, make sure it's inside those as well. And that can be your reels if you're doing invites online. And then review your data. Look at your clicks, your bookings, your show up rate for those who did book, and then tweak, re-record if needed be, and refine. And then finally, celebrate the wins and do more of what works. So here's what I want you to take away today. Your listeners aren't just listeners. They're your future clients, and they're just waiting for the right next step to take. And when you guide them there with a smart, intentional discovery call, you're not just growing downloads, you're growing your business. So, need more help about crafting your CTA? Head over to www.amplifyu.com and check out our blog. With the release of this episode, there is also a release of a blog post that will have more examples of what to do in order to write your CTA for your discovery call. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you want to learn more about AmplifYou or would like to book a call with us to discover how we can help you further, please see the links in the show notes, and we'll catch you next time on the Podcast Playbook. Happy podcasting.
Oh, you are still here. I'm honored. Thank you. If you're ready to take the next step, go grab the Podcast Playbook. It's free, AmplifyYou.com. Every step you need is there. And if we can help, don't be afraid to reach out. Happy podding.